All righty. It's a great day at Blake Media, and this is the Actionable Financial Literacy One Point Show. I'll take my hat off here. I always like bucket hats. I came from my son, who lived at the time, he lived in Thailand. Now that young man lives in England, but he got me started on these things, so I got a ton of them now. Welcome to this morning broadcast. And hey, I have some great information to share with you this morning. Just as a reminder, May 8th, first of all, Mother's Day is tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Hope I know it's a tough job being a mom and a dad, but this is Mother's Day. All the moms out there. I grew up in a single mother home, and my mom's in heaven now. But it's a tough job when you single mom, and especially like an inner city. That's kind of tough job to do. All hats off to all the moms who took care of home, made the kid, raised the kids and sent them off to school, brought them back home safe and everything, and raised them up. And hats off to you. Wonderful job to get out there to do it. And when you're married, it's not easy, but it's easier. We get mom and dad in the house, but it's still a tough job because kids are something else, man. Kids are there's something. I'm a grandparent now, so I'm able to play with them, give them back. Don't keep them all night sometimes, but it's a wonderful thing. But happy Mother's Day, moms. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I see my heavenly mom. I miss you, mama. I miss you, mama. All right. Happy Mother's Day. All right. Next weekend, May 18th is Mastermind May, and it's going to be at the Glendale Library, Georgia T. Lord Library there. In Loma Linda room, I think. Yes, the name of it. It's a bigger room. Be there, or be square. Be there, or you're gonna be a square. I'm gonna call you a square. At the Mastermind May, you're gonna learn about how to take what you have, choose different companies that are out there, and then we're gonna have that as our our test, and we're gonna evaluate what we do in this May. What we're going to see the results of what it's going to look like in September. So you got to be there in the beginning to see what it takes to do what you need to do and see what it's going to end up in September, May, September. It's a in-person learning, and then you're going to be able to learn and evaluate what you've done in September. So it's a life journey. It's a life journey that we're going to take. You got to be in the beginning to kind of get it. You can register on my website. Is at the bottom there. Clicking sheet right there in the bottom, going across. Right there you go. Go to that website right there. www is actionablefinancialliteracy.com. Go there, register for the event, and get its cost for it. But the same thing. You want something that's going to be good and good for you and your family. Be there. If you're a family, you're a husband and wife. That's for both of y'all. I don't mind that. Husband, wife, partners, be there because I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring it. I always do. It's in my heart to share with others. The how philosophy, help others win. That's what I'm all about. Helping you win, helping you get there, helping you learn. So if you come as a couple, that price there is for that couple. There can be a couple. That's a couple price. Bring your partner, okay, and learn. Have your heart, mind, and soul open to learn, because I am going to bring that learning, bring that knowledge, bring that understanding, and then we come back in September to be able to evaluate what you've done. Okay? All righty. All right. Whew. Sometimes I get kind of excited, get kind of winded, but hey, that's me, and that's just how I roll. All right. So today, we're going to learn about price versus look, I'm trying to throw a little fro here, because I'm kind of suspect about myself. I got this little skid mark in the back. I'm trying to hide. I don't know if it's going to work. I didn't see how it works though. I ain't showing y'all till later. But anyway, so today's price versus worth, and so I did some studying on this right here. And sometimes we see the price of something, we don't necessarily understand or know what it's worth. So I want to break those two things down so we can see it a little bit more. Let's go ahead and bring up the presentation here. So, price versus worth. So I call this faith in economics, right? So in this particular meaning here, we see that I always have scriptures. Just faith and finance is my thing. Just how I work. So in First Peter 1:7 it says, "These have come so that the proven genius of our faith, so our faith of greater worth is greater worth than gold. So our faith is greater worth than gold. So our faith is greater than gold. So our faith in what we're doing, what we believe, and what we're having is more than gold. So our faith in that and our faith, God give us is greater than gold. So you can read the rest of the scripture there, but I want you to understand that what we believe, how God gives us, what we're having, is greater than what gold can be. So you have to work on your faith and what you're doing and what you're understanding, and that gives you that goal, and it's refined by fire. I think that um, testing fire is like the test that you go through, and the issues that happen in life. You got to go through the fire and the fire can be the tough spots, the tough things, the tests that you go through in life. Uh, and I was a firefighter. That's why you see sometimes you see fire stuff around. When I started to go through a firefighting school, the first time I went through a fire, I freaked out. I didn't really freak out, but I was afraid to get in the building. To my training instructor, Sergeant Gajewski, was like, "Get in that building, Blake." And I was like, "Okay." I was in the fire, but sometimes you gotta be tested by things, and your faith to get through it. And sometimes the money issues that we face in life kind of pushes us through, and we have to get through it. You have to get through it, go through it, and once we go through that fire with our economics, we be saying like, okay, I am not going through that again, right? All right. So these are 6 areas that we're gonna discuss these a little more in a little more detail. Price versus worth. We're gonna talk about price, the value, market forces, the worth inherently, price typically, and the objective measures that are there. So price is monetary value, worth is intrinsic value. So price is monetary, worth is intrinsic value. So again, we're gonna go over that a little bit more as we press on. So value and virtue in economics. Value and virtue. The value is virtue. That's actually we in a sense kind of place value and virtue on our objects and things because how we feel, what we think it's worth to us or others. And sometimes because we place that value and that virtue on it, that kind of increases the price because we think what we feel. I was watching a broadcast the other day on a I think it was YouTube. I really don't watch regular TV. I like YouTube. I can watch my YouTube stuff, crazy stuff, and then come back. But they were talking about Jordan tennis shoes, the sneakers. Now Jordan's the man. I think he's one of the greatest basketball players, if not the greatest. Wilt Chamberlain, along those guys, they were bad boys too. But they had a pair of Jordan sneakers that he bought his first pair of sneakers and how much the original pair of his sneakers would cost. And I didn't really catch the end price of it, but I'm like, pair of sneakers, man. It's pair of sneakers. This guy found it in a abandoned mall, and they was talking about the value of those sneakers. Guy found it in the mall, but the guy who had the mall said, "No, you found it in my mall. Those are my sneakers." They said got to fight over his, legal battle over those pair of sneakers. I'm like, they're sneakers. Come on, man. The man, he didn't wear the sneakers. Why y'all battling, and it broke out a battle royal on a pair of sneakers. But because they were made in Jordan's name. But see the virtue and the value that their feelings and emotions put over a pair of sneakers, the shoes. That's me. The shoes. I ain't gonna fight over a pair of shoes. But it's the value and the virtue that people put on those things, and what it causes. So then there's price versus worth. Turn monetary value to the importance, the impact. So some see a pair of shoes by it could be shoes for guys can shoes, ladies it could be purse. Somebody got a Gucci purse or whatever that Gucci purse may be for someone. It could be a different Gucci purse for someone else. I ain't into purses, I don't do the purse thing. My wife's in the purses, but I'll do purses. So it's got a Gucci purse, a Louis Vuitton purse, and all this good stuff. $400 for a purse. I ain't doing it. Negative. It's now a car. Yeah. Yeah. So I buy a Tesla. Yes. People, why you not paying that much for a car? I'll get a Tesla, man. Because Tesla, them bad boys, no oil, no transmission fluid, no none of that stuff, and you just plug it up and boom, you ride. I ain't worried about no transmission fluid, nothing like that. I have my car, I got 50,000 miles on it, ain't changed. Well, no brake fluid. They had to worry about it. So the price you pay and the worth for it just maintains. Most cars, you pull them off the lot, as soon as you buy a car and you pull it off the lot, the value decreases right off the bat. Like, why pay for that car, man? And as soon as I pull off the lot, it goes down. The value goes down. It's crazy, but society does that. It's like, why are they doing that to my car price? And it goes down. But you buy a house, that house is there, and next thing you know, the house. My father-in-law, they had a house. They paid, I think he said it was like 25,000, 50,000 for it. The same house worth 200,000. Same house, 25,000, now 200,000. So not necessarily the house, but the land that is on. That's the thing that increases is worth. Now, at the very end, we're going to talk about how that works out sometimes too. All right. So the value of economics and finance. So there's three main elements that kind of pushes that. One, the avoidance of price signals price economics is decision reflect upon value and cost. So the decision is reflect upon the value and cost over time. So that's the first element you have to look at. Second element, intrinsic worth, non-material factors alongside monetary value is crucial. So the intrinsic worth, what we feel about something, how we value that object or that thing that you have. I have a jacket that it's a basketball jacket. I bought this jacket for my own hustling money when I was a kid. When I was 16, it's a Kentucky jacket. It has so much value to me. May not mean nothing to no one else, but it has value to me because I paid for it with my own money. It's Kentucky, and I bought that jacket back when Sam Bowie. He's a basketball player from way back when. Some people may know Sam Bowie, but he played for Kentucky, the college team. I had the jacket since I was 16 years old. 16. Now I'm not 16 right now. I'm a little bit past 16, but I still got that jacket. To me, that's some intrinsic worth to that jacket. Will I sell it? No, but somebody might buy it. And they say, "What Sam Bowie on that time?" Yeah, I still got that jacket, man. Since I was 16, and I'm a little past 16 right now. But to me, that has some worth to it. Somebody else may like it. Third thing, ethical financial decisions made right. So you make the right decisions, though. You buy may mean something later. I had one of the original brick phones. The long brick phones like that, and brick phone. It's about the size of this water bottle right here. I had the original one. I got that boy in 19. I think I got it in 93, something like that. You can't. It's not like the smartphones now. You put this bad boy in your pocket and you can roll with it. You couldn't put this in your pocket. You had to have it out. I had the original one. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this bad boy for a minute. I had it right there. You know what happens? You get the honey, you get your honey bunch, and CC goes through your stuff, and she sees this thing. This ain't worth nothing. Trashed it. She trashed my phone, man. I was like, what wrong with her? I don't know. Got rid of my phone because she didn't see the value, the balanced value, the financial choices. I could have held on to that phone. That could have been the icon. And there went my phone. There went my phone, man. I said, look, don't trash nothing of mine again until you ask the brother. That thing could have been worth something later on down the road. So decisions made right. If you can hold on to something later on down the road. Like I got the original iPad. Still got the original iPad. I stood in line for that bad boy in 2000. When did it first come out? 2010, I think it was, when the first iPad. Still got the original one. Still got it. I'm holding on to that bad boy. That may be an icon later on down the road. So, but the ethical financial decisions, when you make them right, later down the road, the value and the cost may not even make a difference now, because when I paid for it then, it was quite a bit. But the value of it could be later down the road, could be worth something. But you just never know. You never know, because you have to have other elements to play into that. All right, price versus worth. Here's some things you got to consider. There's those first six we talked about before, and look at that, man. That's all messed up. So price defined is the amount of money you pay for a given in exchange for something. Is usually set by the seller. It can fluctuate up and down based on supply and demand. I don't know what it messed up right there. So it's based on supply and demand. So you need to be mindful of that. Then there's worth. Uh-oh. We got to fix this a little bit. Hold on. Let me go back to this because something not working. So you got to be mindful of when you make make the adjustments, and you're looking at the different items that you change with this price, this worth, and this market influence. So when you're making those adjustments, you got to look at the price, what worth, and how that worth works out. Because the seller makes the price. Who makes it worth it? You, the individual. And if you're making your price and your value worth it, then whoever the buyer is going to be, they're going to be willing to pay that price, because they also feel that value in that particular object themselves as well. So it's important that you take your time and look at your price and make sure someone's going to look at it and say, okay, I want that. I want that. I want to have that. I need that product, or I need that service, because it's going to help them justify them spending that cash. And it's important that when you do that, okay, here we go here. And now we can go back and share, because it's there. All right, so that's probably worth value. Worth of value refers to the importance, usefulness, and that's utility. So utility is the value that you give something, and there's a measurement in utility. Utility is the value of utility is let's say, for example, you ate a Big Mac, you're satisfied with that Big Mac. How satisfied are you if you ate the second Big Mac? So the difference between the first Big Mac you ate and the second one, that measurement in the middle, they call it a utility. So are the usefulness or the satisfaction you get from the second one? So you have the value of them having that product that you purchase the second time or the next one. Is it valuable? Is it worthy of it? Then the third, market influence. So forces largely determine the price through interactions of supply and demand. So if a product is not readily available, but the demand for it is high, that can drive the price up. So like those Jordans that weren't available anymore, that's going to drive that price, because you won't find those first edition Michael Jordan tennis shoes around very much. So it's scarce. So that's scarcity. It's not scarce. You won't find it. So because it's rarely seen, it's going to drive the price of those sneakers up. So that market for those type of, if there's still a market, which there is, for those type of sneakers, the price is going to go up, because people intrinsically want that. They're going to cost more. So the price and the worth is going to change. So I'm sharing all of this because when you look at financial literacy and the financial legacy of your family's future, that legacy has to be understood, so no mishaps will happen as you accumulate the wealth for your family. So price and worth is important. Also, there's personal perception. That's what I'm leading to. Personal perception is worth is inherently personal, and it can be significantly higher or lower depending on the personal experience, the need, the satisfaction that you derive from it. So that's an understanding you put within those that follow you, those that you're instructing, you're leading, those that are leading, and then those that are pushing you towards a greater height. Understanding that, is it worthy? Is it worthy? Is something that you push for? If you're in that type of a market, if you're a collector of some sorts, you have to look at those items. Then there's the element of static and demand. That's if it's available. Another thing, if a price stays constant. Now, you know what? I may have to finish this up next week. So then there's something as objective as subjective. If a price is objective, meaning it's quantifiable. If it's subjective, it could be up and down. So it just depends. So there are a lot of different measures to look at. I'm not going to finish this week. So we're going to stop right here. But I'm going to let you know that these are items that we look for. These are items that we look at when we're looking at price versus worth. And the main thing is to understand that you have to evaluate price and worth. If something that you pay for, it's going to be worth it later on down the road. And there's more parts to this that I'm going to have to share with you later on, because we need to talk about the diamond water paradox. And the diamond water paradox kind of helps us understand the price and worth, and what you pay for now and how you put something away now, would it be worth it later? How that works out as well. So those are things that we're going to talk about also, and then we'll put some word to it to give you some Bible meaning to it as well. So, but I don't want to. I know I've been going kind of fast, so I don't want to lose anyone, lose myself too in this without going too deep into it. But price and worth is the main thing we want to emphasize. Understanding there's a price for something. That price is set by society, and that worth is an intrinsic value that we put to something. And having that balance and understanding that financial legacy we want to leave for our family, we have to understand that and then teach it and share it with others. So, with that, if you have any questions, you can send those questions. You can send them in chat right now, or you can go to my website. There's a page in the back where you can send me any questions to as well. I also want to remind folks that you can always like and subscribe to the channel. That's how it grows. That's how folks know what we have to share here. I've been a licensed financial advisor for 30 years, so I always like to share information, learning about it. And remind you about the Mastermind May. That's the next Saturday from 1 to 3 at the Georgia T. Lloyd Library here in Goodyear, Arizona. And hey, it's going to be time to learn. It's going to be time to learn. All right, with that, this is the finale for the show today. Next week, I'm going to repeat this broadcast because I'll be at the main event there, not the main, but at the library. So if you're in town, be there. You'll see this broadcast, and then the following week afterwards, I'll finish up the lessons here on Price versus Worth. This has been Dr. Joe Blake here with the On Point podcast, and I hope you have yourselves a great and wonderful rest of the day, and we'll see everybody again next time.